and gentlemen, welcome to RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze, and simply talk about sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning into the Flash Lives, premieres of my videos such as this, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, playback family, salute everybody who's been supporting. I appreciate the whole boxing community, man. That's what it's about here. If you're new to the platform, if you love the sport of boxing, this is a place for you. Subscribe, share it up, like it up. Hey, and enjoy the content. Definitely, man. Become part of the community. It's a cordial invite, And I want to talk about, Errol Spence in this video in particular, concerning, a different angle regarding, like, what's a possibility of his future in the sport, man, and his career, generally speaking. First and foremost, I gotta say this, man. I know there's a lot of controversy. Everybody knows the story, man. Bud and Spence, yeah. But generally speaking, concerning his career, I think he's had a wonderful career, man, up to now. He has had a wonderful trajectory in the welterweight division. Okay. Some time ago, in this whole Twitter fiasco with him and Bud or whatever, or just generally speaking with those who know Spence, I think he posted recently talking about, or somebody, I just don't remember, but it came to my mind that, and we know, those who have been following Spence, he's been in the welterweight division for a long time, okay? I would just put it that way, okay? And I think it was Spence who posted it, something like that, talking about how many years he's been in the welterweight division. But everybody knows, man, those who follow the sport and those who follow Spence, I don't remember the exact figure or number as far as how long he's been in the welterweight division, but it's been many years, man. Let's put it that way. It's been many years. You know what I'm saying? I recall when, when Spence was moving up in the sport, fighting Kell Brook, moving up in the welterweight division, the whole thing, he wanted to fight Thurman. Thurman didn't let him. Just the whole trajectory, man. Him calling out Canelo years ago, a while ago. It was a while ago, man. Him calling out Canelo. I think it was even back in 2017, 2018, maybe. I just don't remember the date, but, the year. But, just an amazing trajectory, with Spence, generally speaking, in the welterweight division. Now, I was moved, to push this video because, recently I was just contemplating the whole welterweight division. And I've said this before, I think I mentioned it, that there's going to be changes, man, in the welterweight division. There's going to be some changes. We're definitely going to see some changes. I think, personally, Spence is on the way out, man. Not out of the sport, but out of the division. He, getting back to that whole Twitter thing, he was talking about it's killing him, sticking around waiting at 147. And obviously, who he was waiting for, Bud Crawford. Now Bud Crawford coming out, saying that, he would like the fight to happen in the UK. Anyways, I don't even want to get in that, okay? I don't want to get at that. But why am I mentioning Bud? Because, it's just crazy. We don't know what's going to go on with Spence in the welterweight division, because whether we like it or not, man, it's linked to Bud. It's linked to freaking Bud Crawford, okay? Yeah, Spence talking about it's killing him, sticking around, waiting at 147. I don't see Spence at 147 much longer, okay? I'm not even going to try to get into the freaking complications of the rankings, but because I talked about it a little bit, I mentioned it, and it gives you an idea when it comes to, the WWE video I just pushed recently concerning them wanting to get their hands in the sport of boxing. Check that video out, man. You check it out. But, there's a whole thing that's going on right now on a fighter. These fighters in the welterweight division, they're freaking hungry for their shot, their title shot. Ennis is hungry for that title shot. Virgil Ortiz is hungry for the title shot. Whether it be WBO, whatever alphabet freaking sanctioned body it is, these guys are hungry and they're licking their chops like hungry wolves. Stan Jonas is there too. I personally think that Ennis is the guy though, man. He's the guy that I think can beat Spence, and I think he's the guy who can beat Bud. And I personally think Bud doesn't want that smoke from Ennis. I mean, that's just my speculation. I know people think what people want, whatever. I know it's controversial, I know that, but Spence, I think he's the type of guy, he'll fight anyone. He doesn't care. He's been proven it in the welterweight division. He don't care what name it is, you know what I'm saying? But considering the fact of this, ladies and gentlemen, you got to listen. Considering the fact of Errol Spence saying it out his own mouth or out his own fingers, whatever, on Twitter, it's killing him to stay at 147. Now, just think, ladies and gentlemen, if Spence sticks around, okay, in the welterweight division, waiting for freaking Bud, okay? Now, another thing is this, man. I got to just mention this other point. The inactivity with Spence, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Does he have that type of discipline to stay down? And it's not necessarily just discipline, ladies and gentlemen. It's just he's growing, man, his body. We talked about this before with Haney. We've talked about this before with Shakur Stevenson. It is what it is. You know, look at Haney, for example. For instance, man, look how disciplined Haney is, man. My humble opinion is this, man. I'm not so sure if Spence is as disciplined as Haney, man, or as Bud. And that gives a lot of controversy in the whole. That's what flames. That's what fuels the flames between the whole. Who wins between freaking Bud and Spence. You know, another aspect to consider is the discipline. And not just the discipline, but, you know, they're growing. So it's two things here. One thing is this, that Spence has grown. He's growing. You know what I'm saying? And Haney also, for example, getting back to that, Haney is freaking disciplined, man. You know, you cannot debate Haney being a disciplined freaking pro boxer, pro athlete. He's amazingly disciplined. You know, whatever he does out of boxing, you know what I'm saying? But this guy just, I've been following Haney for years. I've been following him, man. You could just tell. You could just see it. You know what I'm saying? And despite Haney being so disciplined, it's tough to keep the weight. It's tough. Now, getting back to Spence and his discipline, I'm not so sure, man, if he's as disciplined as Haney. I'm not so sure. Like I said, I don't follow these guys. I don't live with them. I don't know. I'm not their neighbor. I don't see how they live. But according to what we see sometimes with Spence, I'm not so sure if he's as disciplined. I'm not saying he's a crazy party guy. No, I'm just, you know, we like to eat sometimes. And I think Spence likes to eat. He likes to eat. He goes out, you know, has some nice meals, and he lives life. He lives wonderful. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that weight is gaining. He said it out of his own mouth, man. He said it out of his own mouth. It's hard. It's killing him to stay around at 147. It's so inevitable, and I know a lot of people know that, but I think it's sooner than we expect, man. I think it's sooner than we expect. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how inactive Bud is, too. You know? We know how inactive Bud Crawford is. You know what I'm saying? Once a year. You know? And if he, you know, he's going to fight David Avanesian. I think I finally pronounced it right because of all the people talking about the freaking fight. You know, when he knocks David Avanesian out, as you can tell, this video is being done before the fight. When he knocks him out, or when he beats him, it's just when. It's not if. Sorry. David, all due respect, but sorry. It's freaking when, okay? So when he knocks him out, or when he when he beats him, when Bud gets through this guy, another year out, possibly. Maybe he proves us wrong, right? Maybe he does, but probably another year out. By that time, Spence, he's not going to be at 147 anymore, ladies and gentlemen. That's my humble perspective on this, and opinion. And I'm just, you know, trying to break this down logically. And I see Spence going up to 154 very soon, man. You know what I'm saying? No warm-up fight. I mean, nothing announced as far as that. By the time I push this video, there's probably going to be an announced breaking news. You know, Spence's opponent is going to be whoever it is, right? I don't think it's going to be Ennis, man. You know, I just don't think so, the way things are being, you know, played out right now. Because Ennis has the fight, obviously, and the Tank undercard, right? Karen, I don't know who that is, okay? Just all due respect, I don't know who the heck that is. Ennis will go fly through the dude, okay? I'm not saying it's going to be flying colors, I don't know, man. But he's gonna get through that guy, okay? You know, I just you know, kind of see it, call it how I see it, man. You know what I'm saying? When Ennis gets through freaking Karen, okay? All due respect, though, you know what I'm saying? Ennis is going to be knocking on these champs' doors, whether it be Spence or Bud. And I don't think Bud is going to be so quick to take an Ennis fight. You know, I think Bud, now this is the thing about it, and I have to mention Bud. It's important to mention Bud because, you know, it's gonna determine what Spence is going to do too. It's just the fact of the reality, you know what I'm saying? So Bud Crawford, after David, he probably turns around and fights, you know, Ortiz or something. You know, and I personally think stylistically, skill-wise, I think Bud beats Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll take Ennis, man. No way. But, you know, when you consider all these factors come into play, and I'm not even mentioning all of them. I'm not mentioning all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? These are just some key factors that I'm talking about that makes me, you know, visualize Spence moving up to 154 very, very soon. You know? It doesn't mean Bud and Spence won't fight. They can probably fight at 154, but the way Bud is, you know, I don't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to this. The next question is this. When Spence moves up, or if he moves up, I mean, we don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he moves up to 154, fights one fight there, and just retires. We don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Spence has had a wonderful career. And I'm not trying to make this video like, oh, he's going to retire now. No, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But If he moves up, when he moves up to 154, or if he does, or whatever, I want us to visualize this, man. BoxingScene.com, you already know, okay? Now, this is just to give us an idea of who is at 154, okay? And everybody knows the story. If Spence moves up to 154, Mel Charlo's probably going to move up to 160, and then Maul to 168, whatever. The chain move, right? The chain reaction move, okay? If that happens, man, okay, these are the names that Spence would possibly have to fight, because if Jermell goes up to 160, all these titles will go vacant. And I'm not even freaking considering this regular stuff, okay? It's whatever with this, the nonsense of the regular titles, okay? But the names are there. So you got Sebastian Fundora. You got Tim Tszyu. You got Tony Harrison. You got this warrior, Liam Smith. I'm just kidding, man. Hey, but their names, right? Danny Garcia. Okay? A rematch for a vacant title up there? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? You got Brian Castano. I mean, Brian's a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. Brian is a tough one. You know? And you can continue in the list. Okay? Erickson Lubin. I mean, there's a couple other names out there, right? You got Austin Trout. No doubt Austin Trout. Hey, but you see what I'm trying to say, man. You got some tough names, ladies and gentlemen. The question here is this, man. Do you think, and I just put that rankings there, link in the description, right? Just so you have an idea of the names. So you're refreshing our memories with the names. Do you think that Spence can go up to 154 and become undisputed? I think the two names that would be the most difficult for Spence, man, are Fundora and Castano. You know, that's some tough smoke right there. That's some tough smoke. But the thing here is this. Spence is a vet. He's so experienced. He's in his prime still. I think he's still in his prime, definitely, you know? Moving up to 154 while he's still in his prime, he has to make the move soon, man. He has to make the move soon, ladies and gentlemen. If he's going to still fight in his prime, he has to make this 154 move by next year. He has to. You know what I'm saying? Because 154, man, it has those names. I think he can beat Fundora. I really do. Because Fundora, man, I don't think he has the experience. So I'm saying the defense is horrible. Yeah, I think Spence, overall, I think he can beat Fundora. But Castano, ladies and gentlemen, Castano is a freaking bull, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a hungry freaking bull at 154. And I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Now, if Spence moves up to 154, becomes unified champ, that's just amazing. That's just amazing. Let alone become a champ, that's awesome at 154. Now, unifying at 154, going for this is just a time gameplay right here. Because Charlo has his freaking, he has his Mando he has to fight, which is Tszyu. Which I think he's going to beat him. But who knows? I'm sitting here, I think he's going to beat this guy and that guy. We really don't know, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. You know, it's a speculation, just to, you know, breaking these things down. If Charlo gets through Tszyu, right? How much longer is Charlo going to stay at 154? 154. He's done it all, man. Okay? That's the thing here. You see, all these pieces of the puzzle are in play, which helps us determine and see what may happen, what most likely happens when it comes to divisions. And in this case, what happens with Spence. Like, Mel did it all, ladies and gentlemen. You know, people can nitpick at his resume, do whatever they want. I really don't care. But, you know, Mel is tried and true, ladies and gentlemen. Undisputed 154 champ, reigning champ at 154. He's done it all. He's fought the names, except Fundora. And I know there's going to be people out there. There's always people like that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's not debatable, you know? And I know oh no, he still has Fundora to fight. He still has Fundora. And if he fights Fundora, theoretically speaking, if Mel fights Fundora after Tszyu and beats Fundora, it's going to be another name that pops up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Always something like that. But the fact of the matter is that, man, with Mel, he's proved it. He's tried and true. Reigned. He did it all at 154. He did it all. What left would there be for Mel to do but move up to 160? And Charlo moving up to 168. Maul Charlo. Because Maul's already talking about he wants to fight the winner of Benavidez and Plant. Calling out Bivol. I mean, Maul, he should be moving up soon too. This is all. These guys got to move up really, really soon. Really, really soon. And I think Spence, he's going to move up to 154 very soon, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And what he does in the 154 division, man, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be, but he has to do it soon, ladies and gentlemen. Because if he sticks around for a long time, another year, 8 months for freaking Bud to make up his mind, it's not going to be easy for Spence, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be, health-wise, it's not going to be easy for him to kill himself again to make a 147 fight. Considering what I said a moment ago, Bud is freaking once-a-year Crawford. Just like a lot of these fighters. I'm not picking up Bud, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these fighters, it is what it is. And how much longer? Bud's in no rush, ladies and gentlemen. And his frame, I think he can stick around in 147 for the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? Hogwash with this whole talk of him moving up to 154 and beating Mel easily. Hogwash, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. I call it how I see it, man. You know? I'm down the middle with all these guys. I'm so down the middle that I'm talking about, I think Ennis can beat Spence, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility. I'm not saying he will, but I think it's a possibility, man. There's a nice possibility. Nice possibility that Ennis beats Spence, man. For these things I'm talking about. It's killing him to stay at 147. It's killing Spence physically. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I personally think that Spence, man, he's going to be moving up really soon. Like I said, no warm-up fight. Wait for Bud all day. It's sad, but that's just the reality. Bud pulling a freaking 180, doing what he did, you already know. Bud's not going to be in a rush to fight Spence, man. Got this nice 10 mil gig. You think he's going to be in a rush to fight Spence? He got to take his time. He knows what's going on. It's a strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, Bud's playing chess. BLK Prime is playing chess there. You already know, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you play boxing. This is how you do boxing. Yeah, you don't play boxing, but you know what I mean. When it comes to the sport, when it comes to the business, strategical moves. Bud is probably not going to be in a rush to fight Errol Spence. I got my 10 mil. I can wait another 8 months. Let's make Spence suffer. That's how Bud is, man. It seems like that's how he is. Looks like he's shady, grimy, man. The sport's dirty. You know what I'm saying? Let him suffer. Let him suffer. And I'll catch him when he's weak. I'm going to keep dangling this freaking belt like a carrot in front of a rabbit. Spence probably won't, wait around for that. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably move up and continue accomplishing legacy at 154. I ain't mad at it. If he moves up to 154 and continues accomplishing legacy, Mel moves up to 160. Those vacant belts, baby. Spence goes for them. That would be just amazing. That would be amazing. So we'll see what happens. And it's going to leave Bud in the smoke right there at 147 for the rest of these guys, whom I think Ennis can beat. You know what I'm saying? I think Ennis can beat, Bud. And, we'll see what happens. But, I think Spence is going to be moving up really soon at 154. All right, at least he should. But we'll see what happens, man. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think Spence is going to wait around for Bud any time longer? I don't think he's going to wait much longer at all, man. I don't think so. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But it's going to take a lot of discipline on Spence's part, ladies and gentlemen. I got to close with this. It's going to take a lot of discipline on Spence's part to stay at a weight in his walk around, like they say, walk around weight. He has to keep that really in check, man. I don't know. RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, we talk about sport of boxing. Thank you so much for your support. Like it up, comment in the comment section. I got to hear from you. RENEBOXYOUNG, peace out.